Somebody's dropped some money back there, somewhere in the back. I know, everybody's going to claim it. Wait a minute. I recognize that guy. That's Grant, that's mine. Wait a minute. Okay, we got anybody here named Grant? Yeah, we got a guy named Grant, that's mine. No, seriously. You don't pick it up in 5 minutes. I'm a Baptist preacher. You know what's going to happen to it. No, seriously. No, that's all. 5 minutes. I'm a Baptist preacher. You know what's going to happen to it. No, that's all.
And the lights working up. I feel like he's had a few things on in his mind.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go check the feed on my phone.
Mitchell more stuff, some more his stuff. Yeah, it's been back there. Yeah, Alan. Where is he? Yeah, Alan.
Hunter cracked one and it took Hunter 30 minutes. It usually good 2 minutes. It's unreal.
Okay, we're going to start here in just a bit. Remember now, you can eat while we go, it's okay. Okay, we're going to start here. But if you're an inductee, don't come up here with a sandwich in your mouth. Remember now, you can eat. But anyway, get started, inductee, don't come up here with a sandwich in your mouth. Can you hear me okay? You in the back, can you hear me? All right, good. We want to welcome you to our 4th induction to the Martin County All Sports Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Fame is located on the 2nd floor here in the community center. And you can go up there after this is over and look at our displays. We have displays in the back there that people have brought today, some inductees. And we're so proud to honor the great legacy of sports that for so many years went unrecognized in this very historic county that has some of the greatest sports legends in the history of the state of Kentucky and some around the world. So we're so grateful at this time to introduce the Martin County All Sports Hall of Fame President, Mr. Dwayne Sweeney.
Thank you, John. Appreciate everybody being here. This is a great day. On behalf of the Martin County All Sports Hall of Fame Museum, I'd like to welcome everybody to this special day. Before we get started, I'd like to identify the committee. They've put in a ton of work. We've been about 10 years with this. Before we get started, I'd like to identify the committee. Thank you, Joe. We've been about 10 years. So this is a process, and it's continuing, and it's a lot of hard work, but the more research we do, the more we find out, and the more that we are amazed with the success that this county has as far as its athletics go. I get to talk about this all over the state. We've had hundreds of people here through these banquets, and we've had about 9 states represented. I get messages from all over. This is bigger than Martin County. This is bigger than our committee. I mean, this is, we're going to take this nationwide. And, we're not going to regulate it to certain ideas. This is huge. And I consider it, if you get time later on to go upstairs on the 2nd floor, the museum, I consider it almost living and breathing. It's just a beautiful thing to see. And, we're just thankful that we've got this opportunity. This is about 100 years in the making. And, we've taken it on gladly. And, but I'd like to introduce the committee. First off, we got Jack Ward. We've got Coach Roger Harless. We've got Philip and Barb Kirk. We've got Coach Roger Harless. We've got Everett Horn Jr. We've got Philip and Barb Kirk. Mr. A.J. Haney. We've got Everett Horn Jr. And last but not least, Mr. William Bilbo Davis. Mr. A.J. Haney. The purpose of the Martin County All Sports Hall of Fame is to protect, promote, and preserve these trophies and preserve our rich sports history that we have here in the county. The more research we do, like I said, the more that we're blown away by what we find. We've had national champions here. We've had all-staters here. We've had professional contracts here in our county. And like I said, when I promote our county all over the state, I guarantee you, and I tell people from Lexington to Louisville, per capita, we have more athletes in this county than anywhere in the state of Kentucky. I tell people from Lexington to Louisville, per capita, we have more athletes in this county than anywhere in the state. Lastly, we appreciate you as the athlete. Lastly, you guys were obviously great teammates. We appreciate. That's why you're here. You're getting ready to join new teammates. You're getting ready to join new teammates by the name of Billy Ray Castro, Omar Fannin, Orville Stead, Clay Maynard. The list goes on and on and on. Ida Bowen, Robin Harmon. These names will be preserved forever, and we will remember your names. Thank you. Robin Harmon. These names will be preserved forever, and we will remember your names. Thank you.
Good afternoon. How is everyone this evening? Give yourselves a hand for being here. It's good to have you all come and be with us this evening, Lord. We thank you because you guys deserve to be in this Hall of Fame. I know many of you, some of you I don't know. I know Rudy, John, and R sitting back there. They were a little bit behind me. They were ball players. I just occupied a space on the floor at times, okay? But I want to take the opportunity to mention some of our sponsors that help us. You know, this thing costs money to put on. And we're thankful for many individual donations that people have given us, and we're thankful for them. And by the way, if you wanted to donate, you know, we can find, somewhere where you can donate the money to. And I will guarantee you that every penny that we give goes into this Hall of Fame. We're a nonprofit, and we see to it, and that every penny is used for this Hall of Fame, the things that we need. Some of the sponsors that we have is the Martin County Historical and Genealogical Society. We're thankful for the Historical Society and thankful for Roy F. Collier Community Center here for letting us put our Hall of Fame upstairs. And thankful to them. And I especially want to thank the Mountain Citizen for Roger and Lisa Smith. They have been great. Anything that we wanted printed in the paper, they have been good to do that. And I'm so thankful for them that they realize how important that this Hall of Fame is to this community. And so we're thankful for them. Then we've got Horns VP, Mr. Everett Horn Jr., Danny Moon, Martin County Library Board, Martin County Farm Bureau has been very good. Brian Davis has been very good to help us with his donations, contribution. Cox Aviation, Pizza Stop, Martin County area of VOTEC. The kids up there at the VOTEC Center built the wall that we have upstairs. We try to incorporate, the school system in doing things for us. And the lumber was donated by Mr. Donnie Evans of Evans Hardware. So anything that we got up there, Donnie gave it to us to be able to do. The Martin County Culinary Science class, Miss Carney Harless taking care of all the food for us. Donnie Osborne over there helping around today. So we're thankful for them. We've got House Heating and Cooling sponsored us. And of course, First State Bank really helped us, along with other individuals. Now, here's two I want to mention last, and that's Callahan Funeral Home and also Crum Funeral Home. And we would like for you to patronize these businesses here in the county. But now let me tell you, folks, on the funeral homes, you can hold off a little longer, as long as you can. All right, you understand what I'm saying, okay? So I just wanted to thank everybody here and just mention this. At this time, then, I have the privilege and opportunity of welcoming you to here and also for our guest speaker today. Many of you know him. I've known him since he was a little boy. I've known his mother and dad, Elmer and Dolores. We got Gary, Larry, Debbie, Randy, Lon, little boy. Nobody got them all. No, and I want to say a special thanks to the Laverty family. Dolores took care of my mom before she died. And I will always be thankful to the Laverty family because of that. And I don't know whether to introduce him as Dr. Lafferty or Judge Lafferty. So I'm going to introduce him this way. Dr. Lon E. Lafferty, Doctor and Judge Executive, County Judge Executive. So, brother, Lon E. Lafferty, Doctor and Judge Executive.
I appreciate that, Philip. I noticed that since I've been county judge, I've been called a whole lot worse for either one of those. Where you at, Bill? You understand? It goes with the dirt. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm proud to see everybody. It's my my job today is to welcome you all here to our fourth ceremony actually, and we're having here at the Roy Collier Community Center. Anytime that we have an event here, I feel it incumbent upon me to remind everyone how this facility came about. It was 20 years ago in my first administration, and it took a lot of people working together to get this building done. And at times, it certainly has had struggles to keep it open, but the Lord continues to bless us here in our county. And as you see, the doors are open today, and we hope that that's going to continue for many generations to come. But I also want to always give thanks to you and your families, the coal miners of Eastern Kentucky, because they were the people that built this. That's where the money came from. It came from the hard work on your backs of our coal miners. And so I'm always honored to give them credit where credit is due. And I said the third induction ceremony. This actually makes my third. There's been four. And Roger always would let me know when it's coming up, and I've always promised Roger that, yes, Roger, I'll speak, I'll take up tickets, whatever you want. I really support the Hall of Fame, so whatever you need me to do. And I was scheduled to speak at the last one, and intended to do so right up until I got a very important phone call. That was from my granddaughter. And she said three of the most powerful words in the English language. Papa, you promised. And I had promised for her recital, and so that's why I thought being able to be at the last one. I'm glad this year is 2 weeks down the line of her recital, so I'm happy to get to be here today to see this new list of inductees being inducted to our local Hall of Fame. We see on this list some of our greatest athletes of the modern era. Many of the players from the past I didn't personally get to see, but most of the folks, Rudy Hammonds, for example, John Boomer, Grant, my brother, all these folks I did get a chance to see. I'm particularly happy and honored my younger brother, Randy, is being inducted today. And I didn't get to see him play a lot in high school, a few times, because at that time I was off to college and medical school. Didn't get a chance to see him, but I'm proud of him in the fact that he's being inducted today. Of course, I'll probably never hear the last of that. I hear him now say, well, Doc, somebody in the family needs to represent us in sports. It can't all be about being a nerd. And if they ever have a category for nerds, I'm sure you'll be right up there. But he does what he loves. So. But I certainly am honored to see all of you here as we continue to show and preserve our athletic history, and this also helps to foster a sense of community pride. And we remind ourselves that many of today's successes that we see even in our sports teams were in part contributed to by the hard work and the commitment of those who came before. A very wise man once said that if you want to understand the present or predict the future, then study and honor the past. And that is what we do here today. I want to say a special thank you to all of the board members. Without them, this would not be possible, and it takes a lot of work, and they work throughout the years. They do the research. They put all this together. So it's easy for someone like me to come up and say hello and say a few words, but it's a tremendous amount of work that they do. Gentlemen and ladies, I can tell you this much, as long as I'm county judge in this county, we have an ardent supporter in the Hall of Fame. You always will. As long as I have any say, you don't have a support in the county judge's office. It's too important. So, and lastly, I want to say thank you and congratulations to all of our inductees, and good to see you all here and your families. And as you have in the past, you continue to make us all proud, and we're just also very thrilled to be able to be here today and honor you for your achievements and induct you into the Hall of Fame. So welcome everyone. Good to see you all, and enjoy your festivities. And congratulations to the inductees. Thank you.
Okay. The time has arrived. going to do our inductees. Can you hear me okay? Everybody hear me? Okay. Denise, you can't hear me? Time has arrived. We're going to do our inductees. Can you hear me okay? Everybody hear me? Okay. Denise, you can't. Now we're going to, the Bible says to give honor unto whom honor is due. And for a long time, we didn't have a Hall of Fame for one of the most successful athletic counties in the history of Kentucky. And for a long time, several of us had a burden to do that. We had several starts and restarts until we finally got Barb and Phil, who were willing to work 24/7 on this. The rest of us, they run along. But I'm a researcher, and any mistakes in this is Roger Harless's fault. It's all right. It's a lot of work. When a Hall of Fame induction ends, I would start work on the next group and researching and checking through newspapers, all kinds of things. Very difficult work, but fortunately, like people like Gary Gauls and Ruby Hammonds, I could just make up stuff. It didn't really matter. They were great at anything they did, so who's to argue with that, right? But anyway, we want you to come. When I get through giving your accolades, and I say Hall of Famer, then you come up through the steps there, come to the front, giving your accolades, and Dwayne will give you your plaque, and then take a picture here with Dwayne. If you want to say a few words, you're more than welcome. We want you to say something. Surely you can thank somebody for all the little people you stepped on to get here, right? We want you to, we're proud of you. And we're proud this day has finally come. And we apologize that it took so long. But we've got more things than planned. We're planning a book that we're going to try to get published. And it tells your story. We've sent one to a printer. We found out it's very expensive, so we're going to be needing help on that. But we plan on having a book with pictures and tells your story. And I think that's very important to keep that going. People can buy a copy and have it at home. And remember all the great things these people did. Okay. Without further ado, our first inductee is Teresa Sumter, Stapleton, Sheldon Clark High, basketball, 1975-1976. Without further ado, our first inductee is she was Blake Gun. She was honorable mention All-State 19th. William, come on, Teresa, come on. Sorry. Teresa played on the first and second Sheldon Clark girls basketball team. Teresa joined her 5 teammates as All-Staters in 1975. She was named All-State Honorable Mention in 1975. Teresa was a role player and teammate extraordinaire. She was the workman or workwoman who was willing to do anything to help her team win. And when they did, during her time there, they went 48-5 with 2 district and 2 regional titles. Ladies and gentlemen, Teresa Sumter Stapleton.
Such a legacy for the family. I wish Mom and Dad could be here. This would be a very proud moment for them. I'm sure my mom would be saying, "That's my baby girl," because she's looking down from heaven. That's my baby right there. And very supportive of me. Traveled to all the ball games. Our wonderful coaches, Mary Lou and AJ Haney, Janice Runyons. Such an honor to play and represent the high school and the county and the district. And in the state championship, or not championship, but the state tournament was my honor to be there for a couple of years. The wonderful teammates that I played with, I could never thank them enough. It was just a wonderful experience, and I will treasure for the rest of my life. Thank you so much for this induction. It means the world to me.
Thank you, Teresa. Our next inductee is Emma Blackburn Sluss, Sheldon Park High basketball, 1975 to 1979. Emma was next inductee. Emma was honorable mention All-State in 1979. She played forward and center. She was an excellent rebounder, defender, and consistent scorer. She was on the varsity team for 4 years. The Lady Cardinals went 89 and 21 and won 4 district and 3 regional titles in her 4 seasons. She was all-district 3 years and all-region 2 years. She received a scholarship to Pikeville College, where she played for 2 years. She was with the group that helped rebuild the women's basketball program at Pikeville College. She was coached by Dale Trivet from 1979 to 1981. She is a licensed mammographer and radiologic technologist. Before having twin boys, she coached an 8 and 10-year-old boys basketball team that won their division in San Antonio, Texas at the Alamo Dome. She has coached basketball and swimming teams in the Florida Panhandle. In Alabama, she took the girls basketball team to a state championship game. She has even coached soccer. She's been married to Kevin Sluss for 33 years. They have 4 children, Ashley, Jared, Andrew, and Josh. They have 1 grandchild. She is a sister to Karen Blackburn. Ladies and gentlemen, Emma Blackburn Sluss.
It's real short. First thing, I want to thank God for all the wonderful people that He's put into my life. And second, I want to thank all the board members here. First thing, I want to thank God for all the hard work and effort they put into this. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Our next inductee is Karen Blackburn Horn, Sheldon Clark High basketball, 1976 to 1980. Karen was honorable mention All-State in 1979. Karen played forward, was also a good rebounder, defender, and consistent scorer for the Lady Cardinals, who were 86 and 27 and won 4 district, 2 regional titles in her 4 seasons. She was in all-district 3 years and all-region 3 years. Her teams continued the winning tradition started by the 1975 team. She is a sister to Emma. Her career started at Benner's Branch Elementary School, where she made all tournaments. At Sheldon Park, she was MVP of the Paintsville Invitational Tournament her junior year. She made the all-tournament team at the Ashland Invitational Tournament in 1978. Her son Brayden was a star basketball player at Sheldon Park. Emma and Karen's sister Jalila Blackburn was also a very good basketball player from 1979 to 1983. Jalila played on Robin Newsom's first team. Sadly, she passed away 2 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so glad to welcome Karen Blackburn Horn to the Hall of Fame. Karen Blackburn Horn to the Hall of Fame. Thank you, Karen. Our next inductee is Robin Conrad Lynn, Sheldon Clark High School basketball, 1982 to 1986. She was honorable mention All-State in 1986. Rhonda was the lone bright spot for the Lady Cards in 1986, suffering their first losing season at 9 and 14. Rhonda was a point guard who was quick and harassed opponents on defense. She was a great scorer and passer. She played on 3 district championship teams in her 4 years. In her 4 years, the Lady Cards were 81 and 35 with 3 district titles and 1 regional title in 1983. Rhonda tragically passed away in 1994 in an automobile accident. She was the second 1,000-point scorer in school history and wound up scoring over 1,500 points and had over 500 assists in her career. Robin Conrad Lynn. Her brother Steve is here to accept for Robin Conrad Lynn. Her brother Steve
Committee
is
for
here to
this
accept
honor.
for
It
Robin
really means a
Conrad
lot.
Lynn.
When they contacted me, telling me that she was honored for this, it meant the world to us. And sad that she can't be here, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve. Our next next inductee is Meredith Mullins, Sheldon Park High School basketball, 1993-1994. Thank you, Steve. Honorable mention, All-State in 1994, Meredith transferred to Sheldon Park from Paintsville and played one season for the Lady Cards. She was a shining star to a team that finished 10 and 14. Meredith led the team in rebounding and scoring from the center position. We don't know a lot about Meredith, but we know she made honorable mention All-State, recognized by people around the state, and that's why she has received a Hall of Fame plaque. Ladies and gentlemen, Meredith Mullins, Sheldon Park High School. Now we're getting into the old guys. James Booth, Moorfield High School, basketball, 1943 to 1947. James was honorable mention All-State in 1947. James Booth has the distinction of being Moorfield High's first All-Stater. He was a skilled rebounder and scorer. He led his team to a record of 20 and 11 under coach Sheldon Clark, and was on Moorfield's only district title team in 1945. In his 4 years of high school basketball, Moorfield was 72 and 33 with one district title. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer James Booth. Our next inductee is Wilbur DeLong, Inez High, basketball, 1943 to 1947. Wilbur was honorable mention All-State in 1947. Inez was an incredible 39 and 4 in 1947. Wilbur was one of 3 All-Staters that year on the Inez team, joining Bill Fairchild and Arnold Harmon, already in the Hall of Fame. Inez was upset at home in the regional final at Inez, 41 to 38. We don't know much about Wilbur. He was tall, so he probably played center. In 1946, Inez went 31 and 8 and won the district and regional championship. If Wilbur was on that team, he played 4 years, and his teams were 95 and 32. He was all district and all regional tournament in 1947, that we know for sure. And we know that he later became Martin County's first native to become a Kentucky State Trooper. Ladies and gentlemen, Wilbur DeLong. Thank you, that's awesome. Wilbur DeLong. Our next inductee is Jean Horn, Inez High, basketball, 1946 to 1949. Our next, Jean was an All-State honorable mention recipient in 1949. He often said he came to school before daylight so that he could practice. And after high school, he joined the U.S. Army and was honorably discharged in 1953. He attended Eastern Kentucky University in Richmond, and after school began teaching at Inez High School. He became the head basketball coach, and his wife Betty was a cheerleading sponsor. In 1962, he moved his family to Whitesburg, Kentucky, and taught at the high school there. He coached basketball, baseball, and became principal at Whitesburg High School, where he retired in 1987. He passed away in June of 2024 at the age of 93. In his 4 years of basketball, his teams were 124 and 23, with 3 district titles and a regional title in 1946. He was all district and all regional tournament in 1949, leading Inez to the regional runner-up spot in 1949. Ladies and gentlemen, Jean Horn.
Thank you all. I'm Callie. I'm Eugene's granddaughter. We're glad to be here. Our
inductee is Jim Williamson, Inez High School basketball, 1946 to 1950. Thank you. Jimmy was honorable mention All-State in 1950. Dr. James Williamson, known as Jim when he played, was the son of Hall of Fame coach Russell Williamson. He was a quick guard and good shooter and ball handler. He was all-district and all-region in 1949 and 1950. After high school, he attended Georgetown College, and after graduating, enrolled in the University of Louisville School of Medicine, fulfilling his dream of becoming a doctor. He began his medical practice in Ashland as an obstetrician and gynecologist, beginning what would become a lifelong and fulfilling professional career. He retired after 40 years of practicing medicine in 1998. Sadly, he passed away in 2008. In his 4 years, Inez was 117 and 25, with 3 district championships and 2 years as region runner-up, including 1950. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Williamson. Our next inductee is Kenton Fairchild, Inez High School basketball, 1954 to 1958. Kenton was honorable mention All-State in 1958. He was brother to Hall of Famer great Bill Fairchild. His Inez teams were 60 and 41 in his 4 years, and he scored over 1,000 points. A gifted athlete after high school, he went on to play 1 year for the Morehead State University freshman team. He didn't play after his freshman season, graduating from Morehead State in 1962. He became a teacher. His teaching career spanned 30 years, mostly in Mansfield, Ohio City school system. He coached basketball at John Sherman Junior High and then at Mansfield Senior High as assistant varsity coach. He finished his coaching career as head basketball coach at Malabar, Ohio High School. He coached many players who became All-Ohio All-Staters. He also officiated high school basketball for over 20 years. After his retirement, he became chief probation officer for the Richland County Juvenile Court. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenton Fairchild. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenton Fairchild. Our next inductee is Clyde Mullet, Inez High School basketball, 1959 to 1963. Clyde was honorable mention All-State in 1963, a great shooter and rebounder. His coach, Everett Horn Jr., said Clyde didn't really know how good he was. Clyde played forward. He was teammates with Hall of Famer Orville Stepp. He helped lead Inez to back-to-back district titles in 1962 and 1963. Clyde made all-district tournament and all-regional tournament in 1963. He averaged 18 points and 12 rebounds per game his senior year. His teams were 73 and 45 in his 4 years, with 2 district titles and 1 regional semifinal in 1962, where they lost to regional champion Virtue by just 1 point. Clyde scored 1,100 points in his career and had over 500 rebounds. He also played high school baseball, in 1963. He was a pitcher under Coach Bobby Williamson. Ladies and gentlemen, Clyde Mullet. Clyde was my wife Cindy's uncle, so I know Clyde well. He was a rotten neighbor, let me tell you. Shooting and carrying on all the time. No, he's my wife Cindy's uncle. Clyde's a great guy, wonderful guy. I remember growing up in school, we were treated so bad as we were practicing at Tomahawk Elementary because, now I want you to learn to play like Clyde Mullet. I want you to learn to play like Clyde Mullet. Well, needless to say, I didn't make it. Our next inductee is William Bilbo Davis, Warfield High, basketball, 1960 to 1964. Bilbo was honorable mention All-State in 1964. Bilbo, as he was affectionately called, was a great rebounder and scored despite being only 5'10". He He could score inside with deft moves and utilizing his superior strength. He also loved to get out on a fast break and finish. Warfield was 44 and 65 in his 4 years, making Bill the only bright spot for Warfield. He scored over 1,000 points and had over 800 rebounds in his career. He was the first All-Stater for Warfield since Joe Stepp in 1951. And he was the first of the great Warfield players in the 60s that turned out 8 All-State selections from 1964 to 1971. It all began with Bilbo. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer William Davis. Hall of Famer William Davis.
It's an honor to be up here following Clyde Mullet and to have the battles that we had there my junior year, his senior year, here following Clyde Mullet, and it's an honor to know who is coming behind me. Probably one of the best basketball players ever play in Martin County. But I'll wait and let that be a treat for you. But I'm honored today. That we have all these lovely people out here today, and I'm not politicking, as someone accused me of earlier over here on the left. But I know some of you have traveled far. I remember hearing these names. Eugene Horn was coaching when I was a freshman. High school. Played against his Inez teams. And but I want to take another opportunity to thank some people whom have been instrumental. But first of all, I want to thank my family for being here. All the family members that have showed up today for this occasion. But we have a young lady sitting here at the front table that has been very instrumental in doing all of the work. If any of you haven't been upstairs, please go up the second floor and you'll find that it will be worth your while if you have to walk. We have an elevator straight down the hall for those of you who are able to walk. It's a sight to see up there on the second floor what all's been done. Accumulating the items, trophies, and everything. And it's a sight to see up there on the second floor. I would like for us one more time to give these people here at this table, the two sitting out here, Mr. Sweeney, Junior Horn, who's unable to be here today for the work and everything that's been put into this. I want to thank our county judge for always being available when he doesn't have another engagement. This makes the third one that he has attended to speak to. Let's also give him another big hand also. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And let's also give him another big hand also. I had several people tell me they would defer their time to me, but I think that I sat over here, and for this occasion, I did put a hearing aid in, but I still have difficulty in hearing. I don't know if the ones of you back here can hear very well or not because of the acoustics, but thank you. God bless. I don't know if the ones of you back here can hear very well because of the acoustics, but thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Bill. That was short. Thought you were going to go on.
God bless.
Thank you, Bill. This time it was short. Oh, we're good. Our next inductee is Mitchell Moore, Warfield High Basketball, 1962 to 1966. Mitchell was honorable mention All-State in 1966. Mitchell was a great scorer and all-around player for Warfield. He played on their winningest team ever in 1966. He led them to a record of 26 and 8. He was all-district. He was all-state honorable mention in 1966. A strong and smart player who could read defenses, was a great mid-range scorer. Should have been an all-stater his junior year. Warfield was 73 and 48 in his 4 years. His last 2 2 years, he led Moorfield's greatest teams, going 45-23, as we said, winning 26 games in 1966. Mitchell scored over 1,900 points in his career and had almost 1,000 rebounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitchell Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitchell Moore.
I thank all the members of this committee that said, you know, no matter what we do when we're playing basketball, when you're playing, you're a team. It takes all of the players that are on the floor to make a team. I couldn't do nothing by myself. And I think all the players, we've got several, I think Miss Betty was looking at, we got 5 of our members that is on our basketball team our senior year as high school players. And that's heartbreaking. I know some of your teammates are gone on. And I just truly thank everybody that showed up every night. I thank my parents, my dad. He always encouraged me to play ball. He actually pushed me to play ball. Do the best I could do. He always said, when you're doing something, son, do it the best you can do. I thank him. My mom always followed us everywhere she could go. My wife, she followed me all 4 years of her high school. And we've been married 58 years. I thank God for her. My grandchildren. I got a great-grandson there and a new great-granddaughter, 3 months old. What else could a man ask for? Except one thing. Always have Christ in your life. I've had him for the last 19 years, and it's been wonderful. And I thank God for him, for his sacrifice that he did for us. Appreciate all those that showed up.
Mitchell Moore, amen. Our next inductee is John Stepp, Inez High School, Sheldon Clark High School, basketball, 1969 to 1973. John was honorable mention All-State in 1973. No player improved more over his 4 years than Johnny Stepp. No one could have predicted he would be the force inside that he was by his senior year. He developed the ability to score inside with great footwork and exploiting his opponent's weaknesses. He was a great passer. He led first-year Sheldon Clark High School to a district title and region runner-up in 1973 and was on the all-district and all-regional tournament team in that same year. At the end of the season, he was named All-State Honorable Mention. He averaged double figures in scoring and almost as many rebounds as junior and senior seasons. John was a guy that thought assists and rebounding were more important than scoring. He just wanted the team to win. Interestingly, John scored the first basket in Inez High School's last game and the first basket in Sheldon Clark High School's first game. He, along with Rudy Hammonds, were Sheldon Clark's first All-State honorees. Ladies and gentlemen, John Stepp.
John Philip Caster, you know, he taught you to play defense right. And that makes you think about how you plan to do as you went through life. Make sure you do it right the first time. And then our principal at that time, we were going, you know, I still remember every year. He used to tell me all the time about that time we were going talking about rebounders. How great Omar Phantom was when they won the 54 championship. but his thing was about free throws. He always told me that. That's the reason they call them free. You're supposed to make it. So you carry all them things and all them guys tried to coach you and help you through life with. You carry them all through your life going on. Really appreciate you getting shoulder for this occasion. Thanks.
John Stiff, thank you. Our next inductee is Rudy Hammond, Inez High School, Sheldon Clark High School, basketball, 1969 to 1973. Rudy was All-State Honorable Mention in 1973. Rudy was a gifted athlete, played on the last Inez team and the first Sheldon Clark High School team. Rudy was a starter on Inez's last district champions in 1971 as a sophomore, and he was on Sheldon Clark's first district champions in 1973. He was the only underclassman as a sophomore on Inez's improbable 1971 district championship, and always was good for 15 to 20 points per game. Rudy was a great shooter, especially the mid-range jump shot. He, along with John R. Stepp, were the leading scorers for Sheldon Clark's 1973 district champions and region 15 runners-up. He was all-district in 1971, 1972, and all-district and all-region in 1973. He was awarded All-State Honorable Mention honors in 1973. He was voted the team MVP in 1973. He and John Stepp were Sheldon Clark's first All-State honorees. He was also a 4-year varsity player. Rudy's teams were 65 and 61 with 2 district titles, 1 region runner-up. Rudy scored over 1,500 points in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, Rudy Hammond. Rudy Hammond. We're getting to the guys I used to play with. Well, I watched them play. Our next inductee is Harley Hammond, Sheldon Clark football and basketball, 1995, 1999. Harley was an All-State Honorable Mention defensive back in 1998. On offense, Harley starred as quarterback for Sheldon Clark's first regional football champion. He was tough and gritty and never missed a play. At quarterback, he played his best in clutch moments, but his amazing defensive back play got him his first All-State selection. His football teams were 27 and 19 with the school's first ever regional championship. He was a 4-year varsity football player and a 3-year starter, and started a few games his freshman year. His freshman year, he played the second half in the game that Sheldon Clark High School beat Tim Couch in Leslie County. In football, he was 2-time first-team All-District and 2-time All-Region his junior and senior years. His senior year, he was on the All-Mountain team in addition to being named All-State Honorable Mention. He was the WYMT Player of the Week against Johnson Central his senior year. His senior year, he rushed for 621 yards at quarterback, scored 10 touchdowns, and threw for 1,426 yards and 22 touchdowns. Harley was also a 3-year starter in basketball, scoring over 1,000 points in his career. He was all-district in basketball in 1998-99. His senior season, he led the team in assists and tied for the team lead in scoring. He received many football and basketball scholarship offers and signed a letter of intent to play football at Union College. Harley is the son of Hall of Famer Rudy Hammond. Ladies and gentlemen, Harley Hammond.
I'd like to thank the committee and everything for honor to have the 98 team was a special team. Led by the great Coach Manny. And I also want to thank my mom for putting up with me because I got my football skills for her side of the family. So thank you.
Harley Hammond. Our next inductee is Gary Gall, Warfield. Warfield, Sheldon Clark, basketball, 1971-1975. Gary was honorable mention All-State in 1975, one of the greatest all-around athletes in Martin County history. He was a legendary Little League player in Martin County. In fact, he hit so many home runs that coaches would walk him with the bases loaded. He could have played professional baseball. He played on the Huntington, West Virginia travel team and received inquiries from the Pittsburgh Pirates and Cincinnati Reds. But he excelled on the basketball court, being part of the 1973 Sheldon Clark District Champions and 15th Region runner-up as a sophomore, starting point guard in that year. In 1974 and 75, he led the Cardinals in assists, averaging almost 10 per game. He was a great shooter, ball handler, and passer. And in 1975, he averaged more than 24 points and almost 10 assists per game. He was awarded All-State honorable mention in that year, 1975. He played for Warfield in their last season in high school basketball in 71 and 72. They went 18 and 11 and went to the regional tournament. He was on the first ever Sheldon Clark High School team in 72 and 73. Overall, in his 4 years of high school, his teams were 60 and 70 with a district title, 2 trips to the regional tournament, and a regional runner-up. Gary scored 1,735 points, had over 800 assists in his basketball career. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Goss.
Well, none of us guys were going to say anything, but I see we did. It's a blessing to be here with my freshman coach, Bill O'Leary. Well, none of us guys my cousin, Mr. Moore. And now look at my teammates. Rudy's son, Steve back there. You know, it's such a blessing to be here. It's a great privilege to be put into the Hall of Fame and have my family with us. Thank you all so much.
Gary Goss. Our next inductee is Steve Goebel, Sheldon Clark High School, basketball, 1972 to 1976. At 6'4", with an uncanny leaping ability, Goebel, Sheldon Clark High School, basketball. Steve was part of some of the great first teams at Sheldon Clark High School. He scored more than 1,500 points and had over 800 rebounds in his career. His senior year, he was all-district and all-regional tournament. He played from 1972 to 1976, started varsity 3 years. His senior team went 25-9, with Steve scoring over 20 points per game and 10 rebounds per game. His teams were 67 and 68. In his 3 years as a starter, he played on a district runner-up and 1 trip to the regional tournament. He was a great baseball player, too, and a legendary Little League pitcher. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Goebel. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Goebel.
Everybody's always pretty said. I look around and see people that I've worked with, people that I went to school with, people that I grew up with. Most of all, like I said, people that I played basketball with. Always be my friend. I hope that I'll be a friend to you. God bless you.
Steve Goebel. Next inductee is Randy Lafferty, Sheldon Clark, basketball, 1975 to 1979. Randy was all-state honorable mention forward in 1979. Randy was a smart basketball player who could score in traffic. He could hit the mid-range jumper consistently. Randy was a great free throw shooter. He developed a great head and ball fake with putting him consistently on the foul line. He played hard on every play. His teams were 141 and 36 in his 4 years there. He played on the 1978 district championship team that was 24 and 4. His senior year, he averaged well over 20 points per game for a team that surprised everyone when they finished as the 15th region runner-up to powerful Virgin. He scored over 1,000 points in his career, probably closer to 1,500. He was a singer in a band called the Laffertys that had some decent success along with his brothers Gary and Larry and Lonnie. Randy was also a great baseball player, just an all-around marvelous athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Lafferty.
or I probably wouldn't be here. But anyway, what I'd like to do is tell a couple, three little short stories to you that kind of sums my career up and probably a lot of these other folks. I first want to tell you about a guy. His name is Raymond D. Horn. You guys probably know him. Raymond D. played as a guard. We played against each other in middle school. He was from Pigeon Roost. I was from Mayonnaise. We had a rivalry. He was a shooter. I was a shooter. But then we became teammates as freshmen. We played on the freshman team. We played on the B team together. We played on the varsity together. And so what happened with me and Raymond D., we came up with our play. You know, it was our play. And what it was, simply when the other team would score a basket, I would try to jump out, grab the ball. Raymond D. was gone. You know, he was 10 steps past the defense, and all I had to do was get him the ball, and he would score a layup. You would be surprised how often we did that as freshmen, all the way up to the varsity level. Raymond D. was a ghost. He could absolutely disappear on a basketball. All the way up to the varsity. We often joke together that, you know, we wish we'd have had a football team because I can guarantee he could have disappeared as a wide receiver on a football field. So, you know, what we did was basically play a little football on the basketball field. Next guy I'd like to mention to you is Timmy Sizemore. Timmy was from Tomahawk, and we played, we played games against each other in middle school. Tomahawk was big, they were tough, they were rough, and they were mean. And Timmy was one of the meanest. But I'll tell you a little story about Tim. Tim belonged about his junior year. He had kind of lost interest in basketball. Wasn't going to play his senior year. Well, I went to Tim. I talked to him. I begged him. I begged the guy, please, you know, you got to finish this with me. Because we had played so many ball games together, freshman through senior years, or through the junior year. And thank God he decided to play. Well, Tim, we all knew our roles on our team, you know, and that's what it was. It was our team. We were friends. There was never any fighting amongst us. We all knew what our roles were on the team, and we did them to the best of our abilities. Tim's role was that of protector. If anyone played, I mean, when we played, it seemed like basketball was a little rougher. If you didn't come out with a bruised eye or a split lip or a bump on the head, you really hadn't played and you probably lost the game. But Tim was the guy that was there to protect us. And I remember one night we were playing Johnson Central, and a guy that went on to play for the University of Kentucky. Well, I come dribbling down the court. He sticks his knee out, and I fall over it. And the only thing that hit the floor was my chin. And it split open. I had to get 5 stitches later on. Back then, blood wasn't a big thing, so I got to continue to play. But Tim, usually you could talk to Tim. He would understand the severity of whatever, the foul was that somebody had committed against us. And he would make his revenge, so to speak, comparable to what had happened to one of his players. Well, this night, I couldn't talk to Tim. Tim had a look in his eyes that I hadn't seen before. I tried to talk. Hey, Tim, I'm okay. Tim wouldn't speak to me. Well, finally, Tim got in the ball. And he didn't wait very long to exact his revenge for hurting one of his players, one of his friends. The guy that did stick the knee out, it was a drag foul. But he broke out. He was going up to shoot a layup, and Tim undercut him. He simply took his legs out from under him. The guy did like a 1.5 flip, laid it on his shoulder and his head, and side said, that's what you get for hurting number 25. I was number 25. But that was Tim. After it was over, it was like a pressure valve had been released, and Tim was fine. He was back to normal, you know, just jumping, laughing, and going on. Another guy I want to mention is Timmy Moore. He was from Pittsburgh. I call him Big Tim. Now, Big Tim was this guy that he had to work a little harder than some of the others. And boy, he did. Tim worked as hard as anyone in practice. He tried to get better every single day of his life. He was always shooting ball. He was always running. He was always just doing whatever he could that he felt would make him better. Okay, so Big Tim, one night we were playing in the WIMT Classic in a school up in Floyd County. We were playing a team known as Wheelwright. There was 15, 20 seconds to go in the game. We were down 1 point. We got to know we didn't have the three-point play like they do today. So being down 1 point, they had the ball. Time's ticking off. And so we assume that they're going to make us foul them. That's what we thought. Put them to the line, they make both free throws, and we're beat. There's nothing we can do. Well, Big Tim, I guess they had other ideas, and they ran a play. And it was a quick play. Simply passed it through Big Tim here, the guy passed it into the lane to the center goes up, he tries to do one of these little short hook shots. And Big Tim was all over. I mean, the defensive play that I had a bird's eye view at, the picture I can still see in my mind, was this guy who was outstretched as far as he could go. He jumped as high as I'd ever seen him jump. He, well, about this far, stayed, kept his body about that far away from the offensive player, and obviously did not have a foul. But what he did do, and when he went up, he could have blocked that shot. He knocked it over here, knocked it over there. But if he had, we'd have lost the game probably. We didn't have much more time. You know, if they'd got the ball, they would simply just kill the clock on us. But what Big Tim did was, he went up with the guy. The guy does his little hook, just killed the clock. And Big Tim palms the ball. Palms it. And he comes down with it. And he comes down into a position, he had a look of just absolute steely determination. I can still see it today, that look that he had on his face. It's like he had a look. I've done my job. Now it's time to do yours. I started hollering for Tim. Tim, here. And as soon as he saw me, he threw me the ball. I went down the sideline. It was on the bench, the side where the coaches and the players were sitting. All I got within about 4 feet of the center line, and all I could hear was shoot. And it was my coach, Coach John Martin. I'd heard him many times, hollering at me. So when the coach said shoot, he shot. To this day, I don't know what kind of shot I did. Was it a 360, 180, 240? I don't know. I just know that I turned around, twisted around, I shot the ball. It went out of sight. All I was seeing was the basketball rim, the backboard, and the rim. That's all I could see in my mind. It seemed like it was taking a very long time for the ball to come back down, so I didn't know if I'd hit the top of the roof or what. But anyway, finally it comes back into my view, and it comes down, and it goes through the goal, and it doesn't even move the net. We win the ball game. Everyone goes crazy. Why? Well, of course, I was being given so much of the credit, for shooting that shot. Big Ten that night. No, it was not me, Big Ten, that won this ball game. It was you. We had to have the ball back, and you knew that. You knew we had to have the ball back. And you absolutely just performed one of the best defensive plays that I'd ever seen a center or any other person make. So no, brother, this one's for you. You deserve the credit for this ball game. And I've always given it to him. I always will. Big Ten is a friend of mine, lifelong friend. We still communicate, thank God. And I'd like to mention with Kenny Sizemore, my protector. He's no longer with us. And it was a tremendous loss for us. Sizemore, my protector. We were just a bunch of young guys that were really good friends that came together and formed a team that we all loved each other. We just loved each other. There was never no fussing or feuding or anything with us. We just did. We knew what our roles were, and we did them to the best of our abilities. So with that said, I tried to keep it shorter than Bilbo did, but I guess I did. But anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for coming out. I want to thank the board again for such an honor. It is an honor to be placed on a wall with all these other great, tremendous athletes that we've had down through the years in Martin County. I know that when I look at my picture, other people look at my picture up there, and some may go, well, I saw him play. He was all right. He was pretty good. Okay, whatever. Some probably say, why in the heck did they put him on there? And while others would just say, well, I don't even know him. I don't know who he is. But when I look at it, when I look at this plaque on the wall, what I was seeing and what I would remember are my coaches. Mr. Harless was one. John Martin, what I was my coach from 7th grade all the way through senior year. But I also remember all of these teammates that I had, that if they didn't accept their role and play it well and do what they were supposed to do, I could have never done what I did. And I wouldn't be here. So when I look at that plaque on the wall, what I was seeing, I could have never done his name. That should be right there beside my plaque. Because without them, I'm not here. So once again, Lord, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming out. God bless you.
Randy Lafferty, thank you. Our next inductee is Greg Priest, Sheldon Park, basketball, 1981 to 1985. Randy Lafferty. Next inductee is Greg was All-State Honorable Mention in 1985, a great shooter. His teams were 71 and 40. He played as a sophomore in the 1983 15 Region Championship team and State Elite 8 team. He was a Williamson Daily News All-Area Basketball team in 1985. He was the 57th District All-Tournament team as a senior. As a senior, he averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. As a junior, 10 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. He was part of the first regional championship and state tournament team in 1983 with Sheldon Clark. He received a basketball scholarship to Alice Lloyd College and played 4 years there, graduating in 1989. He also played 1 year of baseball at Alice Lloyd. Greg went on to become the assistant coach at Tulsa High School for 1 year. That year, they made it to the semifinals of the West Virginia State Tournament. He also coached basketball and football for 6 years at Warfield Middle School. As we said, he was a great baseball player also. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Priest. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Priest.
There's no way I can follow that. Thank you to the board. Thank you to my family. I really appreciate it. Special thanks to Coach Harless. Never off configuration.
Greg Priest. Our next inductee is Kevin Fields, Sheldon Clark, basketball, 1988 to 1992. Kevin was honorable mention All-State in 1992. Kevin was named to the All-District team his junior and senior season. He was named to the All-Hero First Team by the Williamson Daily News and the Huntington Herald his senior year. He was All-District 57. He was named the All-Tournament team in the Paintsville Invitational Tournament. As a senior, he was named to the East Kentucky All-Star team. He won the team free throw award and was named team captain. Kevin averaged 17 points a game his junior year and over 20 points per game his senior year. Kevin was nicknamed the Blonde Bomber by the local newspaper. He scored over 1,200 points in his career. His teams were 52 and 58 and won the 57th District Championship in 1992. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Fields. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Fields. Our next inductee is B.J. Moore, Sheldon Clark, basketball, 2007, 2010, 2011, 2012. B.J. was honorable mention All-State in 2012. He is Sheldon Clark High School's all-time leading scorer with over 2,700 points. He also had over 500 assists in his career. He averaged almost 25 points per game. 3 times he was All-Region and All-District in 2 publications. He played 4 seasons as a starting guard. He was a great playmaker and scorer. He was a gifted basketball player who always seemed to make the right play, plus a great shooter from just about anywhere on the court. His teams were 62 and 53 with a district title in 2012 and district runner-up in 2010. Ladies and gentlemen, B.J. Moore. Our next inductee is Brandon May, Sheldon Clark, basketball, 2002 to 2006. Brandon was honorable mention McDonald's All-American, 3rd leading scorer all time for Sheldon Clark with 1,972 points. A power forward with great rebounding, passing, and ball handling skills. He had over 800 rebounds and 400 assists in his career. He once scored 42 points in a district game. At clutch time, it was Brandon who made the big play. Brandon was a 4-year starter in basketball and led the team in scoring all 4 years. Brandon finished his career in the top 3 in high school in school history in points, rebounds, and 3-pointers made. He led his team to the 57th District Championship and region runner-up in 2004. Brandon was also an outstanding baseball player. He started 6 years in baseball. He pitched a no-hitter as an 8th grader. He led Sheldon Clark to its only 15th region baseball championship in 2006. He is in the top 5 in school history in wins, strikeouts, and home runs. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon May.
Just want to say thank you to the community. Thank you all for what y'all do. Thank you to my family, all the hard work, dedication that you all sacrifice for me to be able to play sports all my life. Sports is one of the greatest things ever in this world. I think that brings a diversified world and turns it into unity. You know, we have a lot of political, a lot of religious, different backgrounds. Everybody does, but we come together and we'll support one team or another. You know, that's what sports can do, and what has changed my life. It's one of the greatest things that ever happened to me. Sports teaches you how to have hard work and dedication throughout your life that you can take on from after you graduate in school, whatever it may be, to your job site. But I appreciate and I'm honored to be here, and I hope that everybody enjoys their night and job site. Have a good time. Thanks.
Brandon May. Our next inductee is Danny Harmon, Sheldon Clark, football, 1980 to 1983. Danny was honorable mention All-State offensive tackle in 1981, Martin County's first Sheldon Clark High School football team in 1980 and 81. First year in 1980 was junior varsity only. He played varsity football in 1981 and 1982. In his senior year, he had the first winning record in school history at 9-2. They got their first ever district win versus Belfry. He started both offense and defense in all kicking teams, primarily running back and defensive tackle. Danny was the first player to get a scholarship to play college football from Sheldon Clark, going to Kentucky Wesleyan. While there, he started every game from 1983 to 1985. He played offensive tight end at Kentucky Wesleyan. Danny was a good basketball player also. He played for the Tomahawk Elementary, Inez Middle, and Sheldon Clark High School teams from 1979 to 1983. And he was a member of Sheldon Clark's 15th Region Championship team and state tournament team in 1983 that finished in the Elite Eight. He also played baseball for Sheldon Clark between 79 and 82. He's the first player to receive varsity letters for football, basketball, and baseball in the same year in Martin County high school sports history in 1981 and 1982. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Harmon.
First of all, I want to thank everyone. It's very humbling and very honored to give this award. I'm very honored that 3 members of my senior football class is also being honored today. Just to go to show you, we had 22 players on my high school team, or my high school team, our high school team, that started all this tradition that we see now. It's Martin County and Sheldon Clark. I'm very honored to be with a group of players that could actually help and build a program. I'm very honored with that. I am more honored with this award because it helps me prove a point to my 17-year-old daughter who's in college ball, playing softball for Asbury, that her dad actually could play sports when he was younger. It's so difficult sometimes. Thank you.
So Danny and Alan Parsley and Mike Moore were pioneers for football in Martin County. And right now, let's introduce our next inductee, Alan Parsley, Sheldon Clark football, 1980 to 1983. He was All-State Honorable Mention quarterback in 1982, the first and only quarterback to be selected All-State at that position. He's a great leader, a great passer, and always made the right play, and was tough under pressure. He was named All-Region in 1982. His teams were 15-6, including 9-2 in 1982, including a big blowout win over Belfry. Allen, along with Mike Moore, Danny Harmon, Philip Kelly, Buddy Lee Horn, were on the very first Martin County football teams with the Inez Indians, and the first middle school team with the Martin County Miners, and the first high school team in 1981. He was on the first winning season, 9-2 in 1982. They were affectionately called the Skinny 20. Allen's highlight of his high school career was the last game of the year. He threw 5 touchdown passes, passed for over 200 yards, and had a pick 6 for another score as Sheldon Clark beat district rival Belfry to finish the season 9-2. He passed for over 2,000 yards in his career. Allen was on the first team All-Area by the Williamson Daily News. He won the Most Valuable Player Award for the team in 1983. Allen played college football at Kentucky Wesleyan College in Owensboro, Kentucky. He coached in 1986 with Jim Matney at Sheldon Clark. Allen said, "What made my career at Sheldon Clark so special was the great people who played and coached there. We didn't always have the biggest numbers or the most talent, but we always showed a lot of heart and determination. That was absolutely necessary when you start something from nothing." Ladies and gentlemen, Alan Parsley.
So how cool is this? I promise I'm going to talk less than Randy did. But it was great to see Danny and Philip and Mike Moore here today. Great guys. You know, when you're starting something from nothing, you have to have some talent. Those 3 guys probably accumulated most of the talent we have in our team. The rest of us just had heart. They had heart and talent, so it's great to see these guys. I want
wanted to say it is hard to start something from nothing, and it's just, I went by the field today and I saw the rock, right, which is awesome. I wanted to say when we played, it really was the rock. Danny and I were talking about this earlier. Every day after practice, the coaches, Kelly Goebel and Chuck Williams and all those guys, or whoever was the coach at that time, they would make us pick up at least 10 rocks before you left the field at the end of the day. And I can tell you, it was not hard to do. You didn't have to go looking. You just reached down and picked up 10 rocks and went. So it was a great experience. Thank you guys. Some of the leaders that you see that are behind all this, AJ Haney, I hope he's not still upset that he caught me skipping school my senior year. But some of these same leaders were leaders when I was in school. So I really appreciate what you guys did, and this really is cool. Thank you.
Alan Parsley. Our next inductee is Mike Moore, Sheldon Park football, 1980 to 1983. Mike was honorable mention All-State running back in 1982. Sheldon Park's first great running back. In 1978, he started playing football for the first time in Indians Middle School football team, where he made the first touchdown ever in the history of Martin County sports for that team. He started playing at Sheldon Clark in 1980. He played running back all 4 years. In 1980, they only had the junior varsity team. He had over 3,000 yards. He had three 1,000-yard seasons from 1981 to 1983. He was an all-area and all-state honorable mention his junior year. He was the first 1,000-yard rusher in Sheldon Park history and had almost 4,000 rushing yards in his career. His teams were 20 and 11 in his 3 seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Moore.
I just want to thank everybody for giving me this. I'd like to thank my coaches, Earl Hutchinson, who was the one that started, and Chief Williams, who was our final coach. They both worked really hard. Thank you.
I've been a broadcaster since 1976 on the radio, and I broadcast the first on WFJT. Anybody remember WFJT radio? Since 1976. We did our first football game when Mike and his team were playing somewhere in West Virginia. I don't remember, but they said, well, the only booth we have is this room right here, so they put me in there. And I was broadcasting the football game, and this guy comes over and says, can't you be quiet? We're having a Kiwanis Club meeting here. So I said, broadcasting a ball game. Well, can you broadcast somewhere else? Club meeting here. I didn't leave. I stayed right there. So I said, our next inductee is Philip Kelly, Sheldon Clark, football, 1982 to 1983. Philip was all-state honorable mention receiver in football in 1982. He had great speed, great hands, and great leaping ability. At 6'3", his height, speed, and leaping ability made him almost impossible to defend and cover. His teams were 15 and 6 his 2 seasons. He was also an outstanding basketball and baseball player. He was on the 1983 15th Region Championship basketball team. He was the 6th man who provided instant spark off the bench. He was a great outfielder in baseball. His senior year, his baseball team was 25 and 2. A great all-around athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, Philip Kelly. Great all-around athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, Philip Kelly.
I'm 60 years old. Believe me, my body's been through it. I thank him for all that he does for me each day. Thank you for my family, my wife. Thank you all.
Did that make it all worthwhile? Our next inductee is Buddy Lee Horn, Sheldon Clark, football, 1983 to 1987. Did that make it all? Buddy was honorable mention All-State linebacker in 1984. Next inductee is an athletic and tough, hard-nosed player, linebacker. His teams were 20 and 21 his 4 seasons. He was on the first Sheldon Clark football team and among the first group that played 4 seasons of football there. He was named All-Region in 1984 by a couple of publications. He was on Jim Mackney's first team at Sheldon Clark High School. He was a good basketball player also. Ladies and gentlemen, Buddy Lee Horn. Ladies and gentlemen, Buddy Lee. Now we're going to get some of the younger guys. Next inductee is J.D. Damlin, Sheldon Clark, football, 1993 to 1997. J.D. was All-State honorable mention in 1996. He was primarily a linebacker, tough, quick, and relentless is the way he described J.D. Damlin. He was 2 times All-District, 2 times All-Region, a member of the All-Mountain team. During his senior year, he had 125 tackles, 19 tackles for loss, he forced 6 fumbles, he had 3 fumble recoveries, and 2 interceptions. His teams were 24 and 19 with 3 playoff appearances, including a huge upset at Lawrence County, 14-7 in 1994. That same team lost in double overtime to Whitesburg, 30-28. He was the first junior to be captain of the team under Coach Jim Mackney. J.D. was also a wrestler. He placed 5th in the state, district champion. He was a regional runner-up in 1997. We should add that Coach Mackney named J.D. an all-century team pick for Sheldon Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, J.D. Damlin.
First off, I'm honored and humbled to be here. I appreciate everybody being here. Second, I want to say I probably want to sing Bilbo down off the stage. First off, I'm honored. No, when you get an award like this, you know it's not just you. There's a lot of people that think out there. You know, I remember being a young kid, my mom shoved me back and forth to practices. I remember looking over Saturday or Friday nights and seeing my dad drive up to Tennessee, you know. So a lot of people, teammates, classmates, coaches. I'd certainly be remiss if I didn't bring up Coach Mackney again and what an influence he had on my life. And that's all I got to say. Thank you all. That's all I got to say. Thank you all.
J.D. Damlin. Our next inductee is Paul Schmidt Jr., Sheldon Clark, football, 2001 to 2005. Paul was honorable mention All-State in 2004. Power, strength, and relentlessness is how people describe Paul Schmidt. He's the only center to be named All-State for the Cardinals. In 2003, he was second team All-District at guard. In 2004, first team All-District at center. In 2004, honorable mention All-State at center. He received a national letter of intent to play football at Cumberland College. His teams were 19 and 22 in his 4 years, the highlight being winning a playoff game at Whitesburg in 2003. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Schmidt Jr.
Younger football players while growing up. Y'all set the tone and we appreciate it. And I want to thank you guys.
Our next inductee, that's Paul Schmidt. Paul Schmidt. Our next inductee is Danny Hinkle, Sheldon Clark, football, 2003 to 2007. Danny was honorable mention offensive lineman in 2006, played football at Sheldon Clark in 2003. kicker where he made multiple field goals and extra points. He was selected one of the 2005 WYMT Hogs of the Year. That means best offensive lineman in their coverage area that year. He was the defensive MVP of the Hatfield McCoy game. He also played basketball his junior and senior years, and he was team captain. Danny signed a full football scholarship to the University of Virginia Wise, where he was a 4-year starter as a defensive lineman and team captain. At UVA Wise, he had 224 tackles, 12 sacks, 31 and a half tackles for a loss, 4 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 3 block kicks, and 3 quarterback hurries. In 2010, he led UVA Wise in tackles with 58. That same year, he was a 2010 Mid-South Conference Honorable Mention recipient. He was also Mid-South Conference in 2009. He was a Defensive Player of the Week once. He tied for third most block kicks in a season in UVA Wise history. He was a starter for the 2010 College Fans Senior Bowl and recorded 1 sack there. He was a defensive MVP for the 2013 Football Alumni Bowl when Sheldon Clark played Belfort. At Sheldon Clark, his teams were 28 and 18 in his 4 years. His teams made the playoffs 3 out of 4 years and won 3 playoff games. He played on Coach Manton's last team and Coach Sean Hager's first team. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Hinkle.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to family that had great business to children in high school and college, my teammates, coaches, so much time and knowledge was shared with me and other teammates and players and the rest of the inductees. I want to say thank you, and I'm very grateful and honored for this award. And like many have said, it's not an individual award. It's a group effort. Thank you.
Danny Hinkle. Our next inductee is Jared Stevens, Sheldon Clark, football, 2009-2013. Jared was honorable mention offensive lineman in 2012. His teams were 20 and 28 in his 4 years. The 2009 team surprised everyone and won the district and regional championship. Jared and the Cardinals offensive line were a key part of that team. The 2000 team was district champs and won a playoff game. Jared was also a lineman on defense. Jared collected these honors and awards for his football career. He was all-district in 2012, 2012 IMG Academy All-American Team, 2012 NUC All-American, 2012 Rob Calloway Lionheart Award, 2011 IMG Academy Gatorade Athlete of the Week. Jared also was an outstanding tennis player, playing tennis from 2007 to 2013, and in 2013 he was awarded the Sportsmanship Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Jared Stevens. And we've reached the last inductee of the afternoon. Last inductee, not least certainly, is Nick Harless, Sheldon Clark football, 2016 to 2020. Nick was an honorable mention defensive end lineman in 2019. His quickness and strength made up for his lack of size. His teams were 13 and 26 his 4 years. He was on the last Sheldon Clark team and the first ever Martin County High School team. His senior year was the first season for the new Martin County High School. They went 7-4 and played in their very first playoff game. His senior team brought back the winning tradition after some down season in recent years. He has had the honor of being the first All-State player for Martin County High School. He was named All-Region in 2019 by a couple of publications. Nick played under 3 coaches in his 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Harless. Okay, thank you for being a great group. We want all the recipients want to say this first group took us 4 ceremonies to get you all in. And now we start a new chapter where it'll be guys, took us 4, 1 or 2, maybe ceremonies, 1, maybe 3 a year. And so we're so glad to be caught up. And everybody that deserved to be honored from 1930 to 2019 have been honored. And we're so grateful for that. Now we look to the future. If the Lord tarries and is coming, we will be back here in April with another induction ceremony, much smaller than this. Okay, we want to, everyone stand, stretch your legs. We want to have a word of prayer as we dismiss. We want you to visit the Hall of Fame. We want you to grab some food that's left over, stick it in your pocket, take it home with you, all right? You came a long way. Grab you some food to take with you. We want the recipients to come up after the prayer. Okay, don't forget. Brother Phil, Kirk will lead us in prayer.
Would you bow with me, please? Dear Father, our Heavenly Father, thank you so much, Lord, for everything that you do for us. Lord, we look to you as the author and finisher of our faith through your most precious Son, Jesus Christ, whom we are indeed thankful that went to the cross, gave his life for us, died there, that we might have salvation. In no other name given is our salvation to be found. We thank you so much for these individuals that have been inducted in our Hall of Fame at this time. Bless them, Lord. Bless their families. Watch over all in attendance today and all Christians everywhere that some gave their life. Many martyrs have been martyred for the cause of Christianity. We thank you so much, Lord. Bless us and keep us. For it's in Jesus' name we ask and pray these things. Amen. We thank you so much, Lord. Bless us and keep us.
Stay as long as you want. Come on down, you inductees, and let's have a picture. Stay as long as you want.